And it's my pleasure now to welcome the relatively new fundraising coordinator for Carefor Hospice, Rhonda. Welcome to the show. Certainly a familiar face to us in the community. We haven't seen you in a while, but congratulations on the new role and welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. It's been a few years.
Yeah.
It's been a couple years since I've been back in this studio, so it's nice to be back.
Well, it's great to have you here, and let's remind our viewers a little bit about yourself. Before coming into this role, tell us a little bit about you and your career up to this point.
Well, from a personal perspective, I was born and raised here in Cornwall and currently raising my 4 children here in a city that I absolutely love. I'm committed and absolutely love our community. I've always wanted to give back to our community in a positive way to not only help, but to make myself feel better as well and to teach my children how to give back. Whether it be sitting on volunteer committees, helping out, or organizing events within our city. One where I met you was Kinsman Cornwall Liftoff that I'm very proud of. It started with my family and grew to a large event with the help of many, many volunteers and the Liftoff family, as we say, that I'm super proud of. So that kind of started my role of giving back to the community and building relationships within our community. From a professional perspective, I'm a very empathetic person, and like I said, I like to give back. So many years of fundraising has given me fulfillment in my roles, and when Carefor Hospice Cornwall fundraising manager came up, I knew it was a perfect fit for me, so I was super excited, and even more excited to be offered the role.
All right, so let's talk a little bit more about that. And you were telling me off camera that right away you saw the posting and it appealed to you. So talk to me a little bit about that and what was so appealing about this role.
Well, what was appealing to Hospice Cornwall was it's such a vital part of our community, and it's so important, and we're so fortunate to have this. We obviously rely heavily on our community for fundraising because we are not-for-profit, but the staff and volunteers there are super incredible, and I just so excited to be part of giving back and doing something that is providing such a great service for our community.
Absolutely. And so you've been in this role now for a few months. You've hit the ground running. Talk to me a little bit about how it's been going so far.
It's been going amazing. It's been going amazing, connecting with relationships with you as well that I haven't seen in a while. It's been going really, really great. What I've learned most about hospice in the last few months was when we think of hospice, we think of end-of-life care. We think of end-of-life care and that's it. But hospice provides so much more that I wasn't even aware of because I never fortunately had to visit the facility or had family members that were there. But I didn't realize how many other services are provided other than end-of-life care. There's counseling, there's follow-up, there's counseling before the patient's even admitted, not just for the patient, but for family members and caregivers before, during, and after their stay, which is huge because people are getting the support that they require, and all the programs that are offered within hospice during the process, dealing with anticipatory grief. Also, they'll help with families making decisions regarding power of attorneys or finalizing a will, things that you don't think of, and you just think of hospice as end-of-life care, but there's so much more.
Oh, absolutely. And of course, as you alluded to, all of these are made possible by the generosity of the community.
Absolutely.
We know the government does fund a portion, but certainly not enough that is needed for all of these programs and great care. So let's talk a little bit about that. And as you come into this role, some of your short-term goals, long-term goals. We know that the nature of fundraising has changed, has evolved over the years.
Yes.
The economy, it is hard. I know hospice is top of a lot of people's minds when it comes to making donations.
We're fortunate,
but talk to me a little bit about your goals to ensure that those doors stay open and all of those great programs continue.
Yeah. I think, again, reiterating with what I said before, one of my main goals is to show and make people aware of the programs that are offered at hospice and the amazing care that is given while staying there. Like, it's just phenomenal. It blows my mind, and I'm so excited to be part of it. Fundraising has changed a lot over the years. We're not so event focused, so we're looking at different ways, innovative ways to fundraise, get our community members involved, and with social media now we're able to promote different things and what we do there as well. So it's evolved over the years, but we have such a generous community here in Cornwall that I have no doubt. And like you said, hospice is top of mind for a lot of people, which we are so grateful for. And I think that's due to the care that they receive while they're there. And that's truly empowering to be part of.
Absolutely, and I think that's a nice part. Just go off on a tangent for a second, but it really creates a family.
Absolutely.
People when there are events, I think of Hike for Hospice or some of these events. People gather together, and they may not have had a loved one in hospice for many years, but their connection to the place exists. Their connection to the staff still exists.
Yes.
Their connection to others who have went through the same thing still exists.
Yeah.
So hospice isn't just part of a community; it creates a community as well.
Absolutely, yeah, and that's part of the part that I want to make sure that people are aware of. It's not just end-of-life care, it's also, we have a palliative day program where people can come, clients can come for a day that are going through palliative treatment, that can come spend the day with other people going through the same thing, supporting one another, having a meal together, doing activities together, having a little social event. We have volunteers that will go to a client's home to provide companionship and, just a social visit to make them know that they're not alone. The other benefit to that as well is it also does provide relief for the caregiver, because we often forget about the caregivers through all of this as well. It provides relief for the caregiver because they know that their loved ones are in a safe environment and are being taken care of.
Absolutely, and I think it's that that notion that makes that so many of people that go through that are the ones that end up volunteering or becoming frequent donors.
Absolutely.
They know the experience that they had, and they want to give back with their time or their money. And I think that's a testament certainly to the care at hospice.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not just if you've had care there, and that's what I think my role and my main focus will be, is to letting people know, because if you're not part of it or you haven't had to use the services, you're not aware. And that's how you do get involved. So that's why I want to promote is people knowing what we do and getting involved, be part of the community and the family of hospice, so that you can give back even though you haven't directly been affected or having to deal with hospice.
Absolutely, because as well, 6 degrees of separation. You may not, even if you haven't had to use it yourself or a loved one, you probably know somebody who has.
Yes. And it's always been such great feedback. I mean, before I worked there, the feedback was always amazing, and I knew how our community came together when it came to fundraising. So this is kind of even larger because it's always such good feedback.
Absolutely, and so you mentioned, of course, new fundraising, ideas. But let's talk a little bit about how the community can support throughout the year, and whether it be attending one of the events that does occur, or becoming a regular donor, or so how can people get involved?
Well, there's many ways people can get involved, many ways that people can help. Obviously, from a fundraising perspective, there's the monetary component of it. If people would like to give a monetary donation, they can come right to hospice, do it there, or they can go online at carefor.ca and make a donation. We do have the availability to do monthly donations. If it's a smaller amount, any amount is important. Anything that's meaningful to the donor is important to us. However, there's a lot of people that don't maybe have the ability to give monetary donations. We do have so many other ways that you can give back. Volunteers, I can't even speak about volunteers. As far as any fundraising activity needs volunteers, and you know how important they are. There's so many volunteers needed at hospice, whether it's preparing meals, serving meals, visiting clients, talking to clients, and making them feel that they're not alone. Delivering bereavement kits to our families. There's all kinds of things that volunteer, gardening even. They can come and garden, and anything that we need help with. So we do welcome any volunteers that are interested to come and give back their time. Another one too is third-party events. Third-party events seems to be a lot of how fundraising is changing. It's not the big events anymore because people, I think since COVID, it's changed a lot. We rely heavily on third-party events where people, host an event and give the proceeds back to hospice. We have one that's hosted our Ride for Hospice, and we're so appreciative of that. That's been 8 years, and it's grown continuously over the 8 years, and that's one of our biggest third-party events. But it doesn't necessarily have to be a large event that way. It can just be, if you have a yard sale, think of, donating to hospice. We had a young fellow who did a lemonade stand and came back and donated his $80 back to hospice. So every little bit helps. So any third-party event is very much appreciated. If anybody is interested in a third-party event, on our website we do have a guide that can help them walk through, and they can contact me directly, that I can help them, navigate through the third-party event. And of course, as you said, support our events. Any events that we have, whether it be a hike, come to our walk, Hike for Hospice, buy a 50-50 ticket if somebody's selling tickets. Promoting our events and promoting what we do on social media. Any help that we can get is very much appreciated. And there's more ways to give than just with donations as well. Those we appreciate as well, but we do, anything helps.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Best of luck, and we look forward to seeing you on a regular basis and promoting all of these great programs, but also, of course, fundraising opportunities for the community. So thank you once again. Best of luck.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Gabe.